Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Forum DE, where data engineers are cultivated. I hope you all are doing well and watched our previous lectures on SQL, where we have discussed introduction to SQL, who all are using in SQL in industry, and some real-time use cases where in our day-to-day life where we can see the usage of SQL, like banking transaction, real retail transactions, and we have also discussed how to install SSMS in your and SQL Server in your system. We have given a link of a YouTube video in which they have explained very well how to install the SSMS. I hope you all have installed in your system and ready to use SSMS and SQL. In case you are facing any issues, feel free to ping us on Forum DE, LinkedIn, on or the comment section of the uh, previous YouTube video. We will definitely help you out on that. So today we will discuss let me get back to SSMS screen. So as you can see that I hope you all are familiar with this interface. We have discussed in our previous videos also. So as you can see that we have a database test SQL and we have some tables inside it. So you wonder if you want to create a database, how you can create it. So SQL has a command, create database. So it itself signifying that create a database for me. So okay, it's internal command create database. Then we will give the name of database. Suppose we want test one. Okay. So if I execute it, see it has created a test one database for me. Let me refresh it. So um, you can see we have a database test one here. So it doesn't have any table yet because it's empty. Okay. So let's upload some data sets here on which we can work. So you were wondering that how let's get it expanding how these orders table employee table are there. So it's kind of a data sets we have uploaded, and it's a practice data set you can use to practice your SQL. You can also create your table and insert your data and practice. So we will discuss it later. So before going forward, let me have show you some website like hackanoon.com. You can download some good data sets to practice upon. Titanic, okay, like this retail shop order ID, customer ID here in this data set. So you can download and practice it. Okay, so let me show you how you can upload this data set in your SSMS. So let's go to this database, right click on this database and task and import data. So if you want to upload an Excel file, you have to go import data. If you want to upload a CSV type file, that is a flat file, you will go import flat file. So let's upload a Excel files first. Import data. Okay. So um, next, then data source is Excel. File path, it will go to your file path downloads. I have downloaded one Titanic data sets. Okay. So it will going to Excel version. You can select any. Let's retain is that default. First row B of the data set they signifies a column name, so let it checked only. Okay. Next, and here drop down and select SQL Microsoft overlay DB server for SQL Server, DB provider for SQL Server. Okay. So it's asking for an authentication. So we have two authentication methods. One is Windows authentication, in which it's try to authenticate with your Windows password and Windows profile only. And one is SQL Server authentication, where you can explicitly create a username and password and put it in here, and it will authenticate to the SQL Server. So for now, we can use Windows authentication. We will discuss like in a separate video how you can create a SQL Server authentication, because in industry it's a more secure way to connect to your SQL Server. Okay. And database name, it's test one. We can select within which database you want to select. So database is test one. Next, copy data from one or more tables of use. Write a query to specify data or transfer. So it will transfer all the data of that Excel file. If we write a query, like we can limit the amount of data we want. Okay, so let's import all the data. So next and next and finish. Next and finish. So see, it will, if we refresh it, we can see in test DB we have Titanic. So we can rename it to, let's rename it and rename it to only Titanic. So we have a data a table called Titanic here. So you can see the columns. What columns are passenger ID, survived. I hope you all have seen the Titanic and can relate what the column names signifies it. Okay. So let's use this database. Okay. Use test one. Okay. So we are now inside the test one database. So let's select everything from this Titanic and see what's inside that data set. We have Titanic as you know that SSMS is a intelligent tool. We have automatically suggestions what we trying to access. Okay, so let's select this and let's highlight this and execute this. So you can see we have successfully have fetched the data. Okay, so 1782 rows are here. So the passenger ID, who has survived, name, everything is here. Sex, age, ticket number, fare, what cabin. So everything is there. Okay, so this how you can, one way you can upload a data set and form a table out of a data set. Okay, and let me upload one CSV type data set. Okay, so if we right click on it and import a flat file, we have to select them. So it's like a UI you have came. Okay, so let's select one. Okay, I have downloaded it. One table. Remain it as it is. If you want to change the table name, you can say let's rename it. And next, so see here you can check, like preview the data. Okay, and next, see now here SSMS is giving, if we want to select a primary key, we will discuss it. I will discuss it today what primary key is. Allow nulls if we want to allow nulls. Okay, if we want anything like what a data type should be, if you want to change anything. Okay, so click on next and finish. Okay, it gave an error. Let's see what's an error. Company public response string cannot be converted to type and char. Public response. Okay, might be there some data type issue because it. So let's change it. uh, okay, company, let me change it to Farmax, and this is related to, we will discuss it what the data type is signifying it. Okay, I will, like this type of error can came because the SSM is expecting a different data type, and you know, in the, and it is expecting a different data type and it's getting a different data type if we not changing this. Okay, so we have to take care. A schema is defined whenever you are uploading it, so in industry level, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, accordingly we will work. And let's next it should be um, let's see how much time it takes. Okay, it gives an error again. Column name consent does not allow null value. Okay, consumer consent part does not allow DB null value. So it is saying that consumer consent provided column name doesn't allow null values. Might have some null values. Okay, it might be a schema issue. Consumer, what was uh, let me check. What was the I forgot what was the column name. Okay, let's check it. Uh, let's copy it. Consumer consent provided. Okay, let's go to consumer consent provided. Consumer consent provided. Okay, let's click allow nulls. Finish. Let's see, it should upload the data as a table now. Um, okay, it has given a warning, but we will look it into later. But operation hasn't completed. Okay, so let's check. It should have. See, we have consumer complaints, and if we select anything, so this is how you select your like upload your Excel and or CSV files uh, and working as a table. Okay, data sets as a table. Consumer. Where it has been uploaded. Test one. Consumer video dot. Invalid object name. DB whites coming. Consumer complaints. If we refresh this, I select this. Okay, we are having the data. We can also right click and select top 10,000 rows. So let's see why it's not. Okay, spelling mistake. Consumer complaints should work now. See, I was having spelling mistake. So we can upload and work on the data sets like that. I hope it is clear to you. If any doubts, please comment on the comment section. So okay, now you are wondering if you want to create your own table, how to do that. If you want to insert a data, okay. So let's have a new query. Okay, so let's go inside the test one database. Okay, and execute it. So we have a command create table. Let's create a table name student. Okay, and then bracket. So let's have a roll number of the table. Okay, and then its data type. Okay, and then a comma. Then we have the name, and then it's let's office type a string varchar 50, and then we can have sports the person like. Okay, so it's again a varchar, and let's have 50 again. Okay, and have a comma. So if I run this and check, I should have the empty table created because they don't have any data right now inside that table. Okay, so see, we have a table name student which have columns roll number, name, and sports. Okay, so before going forward, um, I hope you are wondering that like what's the primary key I have discussed. So if you want to uniquely identify your data with any one of the column, okay, uniqueness, that's the primary key. Let me give an example. In a university, you have assigned with university roll number. Okay, and use that university roll number in your exam sheet, and every other like day-to-day activities. If you want, if the university wants to, or college wants to, you know, identify you uniquely. Okay, so that purpose is solved by primary key. So if I want, I simply have written primary key here. So SQL will let's have a comma here. Make roll number as a primary key because it's logical to have roll number as a primary key because no two students can assign with the same roll number, right? Like me, Akshay, and if suppose one of my friend is Shubham. So do you think that both of us can be assigned with the same roll number one? No, right? So it should be distinct. So it helps us to distinctly identify our data. Oh, sorry. As we have already created a table named student, let's create. So it has given us an error. There is already an object named student. So let's create one another student one. Okay. See, command successfully executed. So now roll number is a primary key. So again, student one also have empty data. Okay. Suppose now you want to enter the data in the student one table. So how will you do it? So we have two ways. Okay, first way is insert command. Insert is itself is signifying you want to insert something in the database or database or table. Okay, insert into table name student one, and then you can write values. Okay, then without in the chronological order, suppose you want to enter roll number one and then name, suppose you said Akshay, and then sports, I like to play badminton. Insert into table name values, and then roll number is one, then name Akshay. Okay, as it's a string, it should be inverted commas. Okay, and then sports, I like to play badminton, then badminton. Okay, and then we can close it, the bracket. So it should insert the values. One row has infected. Let's see we have the entries. Another way is you can insert into name of the table, and then name of the table, and then you can specify the column names. Okay, so bracket column names are roll number. Okay, and then name you have, and then sports. Okay, and then values, let's say 2, and then we can have suppose Naman, and suppose he like to play football. Okay, so we made an entry and let's execute it. One row affected, and see we have an entry. Okay, suppose I have another student named Naman, and uh, I try to give the same roll number to him. SQL will throw me an error. See, it gave me an error violation of primary key constraint. So wondering why the error came, because we have assigned roll number as a primary key. So only one person can have a roll number as 2. So it will give an error to us. Okay. So this is how you can work with SQL, create your table, and you know, so and insert the data. If I try to insert 3, it's a valid scenario. Okay, because Naman is not a primary key. We can have as many as Naman and Akshay in the class, but the roll number should be distinctly assigned to all of them. Okay, so we can have the roll number. So this is how you can create a table, insert the data. And in the previous lecture we have discussed how to update the table. So we will discuss in detail how to create, update, delete a table, okay, in our upcoming videos. And we are ending this video here. I hope you will learn much from this video. And before ending this video, let me get aware you of our the updated version of our website, that is forum de. And you can see that our batch on data engineering uh, will be launched soon. On the 1st June we can have, where Mr. Arun, okay, he is an industry expert in data engineering and worked in multiple organizations, currently working at a project manager level, okay. And you can see that we have, these are the mentors we have. Not only with SQL we teach end-to-end data engineering, which requires Azure cloud, working with Azure cloud, and data science also we teach. And you can see that our mentors are quite experienced data engineers and will help you to become a great data engineer, okay. So thank you, and please like, share and subscribe our channel. And yeah, thank you.